Hello Flosstube, hello Stitchy friends. Welcome to Flosstube number 6. My name is Sarah, also known as Stitchy Bug on here and over on Instagram. Today is Tuesday the 31st of March 2026 and welcome to Flosstube number 6. We've reached half a dozen, although I always say it feels like more because I did Flosstmas and that was intense, wasn't it? I'm looking forward to doing it again already this year though. I'm going to start by saying thank you. Thank you ever so much, everybody who sent me a lovely message or a comment after Flosstube number 5. It was a hard one to film. I don't know, it was hard to watch for some of you as well, and I do apologise, but you know, I'm honest and open with you all, and I am myself, and I have feelings and all of that. And yeah, so if you didn't watch that one, then I lost my eldest dog in February. So I haven't been quite myself. Let's see, because I've done lots of things since I last saw you. Not much stitching, but we'll have plan B today. I have got 3 things to show you that I have stitched, so there is technically a 4th, but I'm not allowed to show it because it's not released until tomorrow. I'll mention it later. So today I have dug out a few of my past finishes from my box. And in fact, they were not all in my box. Where the hell are the others? And they were in the wardrobe upstairs in another box. So now they've all been reunited. I'm a little bit worried because some of them do smell a bit musty. So I may have to give them a little wash. But I'm glad I've rescued them and that they're all okay now, so that's good. So yes, I thought it would be fun to see some of my past finishes, and then we'll do my current whips, which is pitiful. It's very embarrassing. But even the threat of having Flosstube to film over my head did not make me pick up my stitching. That's how bad I was. Anyway, so yes, then we'll do whips, and then I've got 2 giveaway winners to announce for my giveaway from Flosstube number 5, which was a beautiful dragonfly bag from Anne at Stitchy, and a gorgeous sampler pattern from Letitia, and I can never ever remember the other lady's name. Linda. I was going to say Leslie, but it is not. 2 L's, I should remember. So Linda and Letitia from the Sampler Guild and Korryslittleshop. I've got 2 winners to announce. So that's very exciting. And then I've got haul. I mean, technically, I shouldn't show you the finishes because the haul will take up quite a bit of time. For those of you that are fans of my haul, and I know there are a few of you, it's pretty epic today. I have not been stitching, but I have still been buying stuff to fill the void in my heart, you know. And then I've got like plans and life stuff, which we'll do at the end. But you know me, I'll chat throughout. Grab yourself a cuppa if you haven't already. You're going to need one. If you're new, welcome. And if you were new on the last one and you stuck with me, there's a little robin outside. I love robins. He's just sitting on a tree outside my window, looking at. Oh, he's so cute as well. I just love them, and he's singing. It's probably not even a robin, is it? I can't quite see. There's a little singing bird out there, and it's ever so cute. And that, oh, it's like a little sign, isn't it? So yeah, I will chat throughout, and we'll just see. So yeah, welcome if you are new and you were new on the last one and you stuck with me, because my God, thank you very much indeed for your what's the word, for believing in me and sticking with me, and to see what else I have. So let's crack on with some stitching. This is why I'm showing you my past finishes first, because I'll probably chat a little bit before I show you my whips. Let's have some coffee before that gets cold. Just quickly, I'm 46. My name's Sarah, and I'm married to Jim. Been 24 years in July this year for our wedding anniversary. 25 years since we met in May. So quarter of a blooming century. God, how old am I? And we've got 3 kids together. Ellie, 23, Harrison, 20, and Oscar, who is 15. And a bloody giant, that child. Bloody giant. Right. I might have to make some notes because I want to put some bits in the description box, just so everyone can tell what they are. Now, none of these are ironed. Things you need to know about me. I don't iron. I do not iron. And I do not edit. The edit on my last video where I had to splice 2 together was all done by my daughter Ellie, so thank you very much, Ellie. I don't edit. I will show bits and bobs on my iPad as needed. Okay, here we go. So this is finish number 1, and this is the one I really wanted to show you, and the one I had to go and dig out, because this was one of my favourite ever stitches. And this was my first ever stitch along back in 2018, I think it was. And it's by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and it was called Into the Jungle. My first ever stitch along, the first one I ever did, the first one I kept up with, the first one I finished. Super, super proud. Now, I believe this is a 14 count Ada, because that's what I used to stitch on back in the day. And it's from Pitch This Plus. It's extremely soft, almost too soft, really. But yeah. So yeah, so every month we got, I don't know whether they started off with a bit of border. It's a long time ago, I can't remember. But every month, basically, there's 12 boxes. We got an animal. And I loved it. And I love the colours. And it was such a joy to stitch. And it was DMC. And I think this was the first time I ever used Weeks Dye Works. This is why this is a special one for me. My first ever time using a speciality, you know, a special thread. And it wasn't DMC. So the Weeks Dye Works are these leaves. You can see they're variegated. I still got the card with the threads on somewhere, actually. And there was another one. There was 2 Weeks Dye Works. I think it might have been that grey colour up there as well. Possibly. Or one of the green, another green, I don't know. But yeah, it was so much fun to stitch, and I really loved it. And I believe you can buy the pattern still. Right, I need to try and keep order, so I'm going to pop that one down there, and we'll have a little pile. Okay, number 2. I also really wanted to show this one as well. This is on a massive piece. I don't know why I didn't cut it down. You can see how my tastes have changed over the years. This one was also a stitch along, and it was in the same year, because past me initialed it and put the year on. Current me does not do such things. Current me can't be bothered. Oh, current me gives no fucks. Okay. So this was a stitch along hosted by a shop, an online shop called Sew and Sew. SEW and SO. Sew and Sew. And they no longer exist. And I used to buy a lot of my supplies from there, a lot of my stash. Still got things in stash that I think were from there. And it's designed by Satsuma Street, I think. I'm pretty sure. If you do want to know anything, I will put everything in the description box that I can find out. But if there's anything I've missed, then do let me know. And it looks like a 14 count. And it's just sort of a sand colour. It would have probably just come in a pack, I would say. They sent a pack out. And there it is. Now, there were 2 versions of this. There was this colour, and there was also a blue-green version, and I went for this one. I'm sorry, I've had a lot of things to organise this morning, and I just did not have time to find the names and everything for these. So I do apologise. I have to get filming, you know, because there's going to be an hour, let's face it. So yeah, look at my little initials, and I even put the year, so 2018. So this must have been running the same time as the other one. So I was doing 2 stitch alongs at the same time and keeping up. And I just love the colours in this one. So yeah, it's a sandy colour. There you go, sandy colour. So my friends haven't seen these, so I thought this was quite nice to show you these. And yes, I've done nothing with them. So I've got the birds on there and the butterflies. This is so up my street, this design. Absolutely beautiful. Long time ago. And then, so this was when I was sort of discovering designers and companies back then. So I thought, oh, I really liked doing that Satsuma Street one. I wonder what other ones they've got. And so I believe this was 2018, 2019 I stitched this one. Again, it's very probably 14 count Ada. And this is one of the musty smelling ones, so I'm going to have to give these a wash and pray. I love this one. I love seeing it again. This is the Emerald City, I believe, by Satsuma Street. Again, a 14 count, and it's a very pale grey Ada. Really enjoy stitching that one as well. I love, you know, I like the Wizard of Oz. For those of you who are regulars, I'm doing the Emerald City by Owl Forest. I'm not up to date with it. We won't go there. But it is beautiful. And I love the film. I love Wicked as well. So yeah, that's another one of my past finishes. It just languishes in a box. Loved stitching that one. Loved it. I really do like her designs. And after that one, I bought a couple of the pretty little town, you know, pretty little cities. I think I bought San Francisco. I haven't stitched it, but my daughter is stitching it. And I do really love her designs, and I'm sure I've got others in stash. Right, add that to the pile. Now this one came about because I was stitching on the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery stitch along, and someone mentioned in that group Cats.cross.stitches, and I thought, I haven't heard of them before, I'll go and have a look. So this would have been March, April time of 2018. Oh, I was a young slip of a thing back then in my 30s. Oh God. And they were doing sign-ups for the Adventure Awaits stitch along, and I, in stitch along mood, I was loving stitch alongs back then. I was into keeping up with 2 or thereabouts that year, and so yes, I signed up to this one, and this was my first ever caterpillar stitch. The map, this was called Adventure Awaits, and again, this is very probably a 14 count Ada. It might be 16 count, I don't know. I could measure it, but I haven't got time for such things. It doesn't matter, does it? And I think it's just a pale, it's not white, it's not white, it's an off-white colour. So yeah, I enjoyed stitching that, and I did keep up with it, and I did finish it, and I even initialed the damn thing. Who was I? And it was good. They've since released various map designs like this. I've had no interest in doing any of them because I've already done a map of the whole world. I don't need to do any more maps. It was enjoyable. I liked it. I finished it. What can I say? But yeah, I got no desire to stitch any more maps. And that was my first ever caterpillar cross stitch. That was what got me into them. So I've been in the caterpillar group since that came out. It's a long time. And this is the only other caterpillar piece you'll see today, although my box it's got quite a few in there. And I'm showing this one for obvious reasons. This was also 2018, but this was the stitch along for Christmas that year. And you'll see why I had to do this one. And I remember, I've got fond memories of stitching this. This is the favourite thing I ever stitched by Caterpillar. One of my favourite stitches ever, in fact. I quite like stitching round things, apparently. And I remember sitting outside because back then stitch alongs used to come in the post. So you'd sign up for it, and if you were lucky, the post would come early and you'd get your pattern for the next part a couple of days before everybody else got theirs. I think they did also do a PDF version that you would receive by email, but I, at the time, don't think my printer was very good, so I signed up to get them through the post. And a lot of the time on this stitch along, I always remember they came early, so I was one of those people that stitched the damn thing and literally had it up on day of release, so I was already finished. So yeah, that was me. And it was 12 Days of Stitchmas, I think it was called. So yeah, 12 Days of Christmas. You know I love me the 12 Days of Christmas. It's an obsession of mine. I collect the patterns. I've got various ones in stash, which I would like to start. So yeah, I just absolutely loved stitching this. And I had a litter of puppies at the time. And I kept one of them, Willow. And I just remember them all sleep. I used to sit out in the garden. We had a little playpen set up for them with like fence, so they're all safe. And a little gazebo we had out there, and I had to sit out there with my stitching, because puppies are lovely, but they don't stay awake for very long. So they'd have a lovely play out in the little tunnels out there and stuff. We had a great time, and then they'd all conk out for like an hour or two, so I could get some proper stitching in, and it was wonderful. And I've got really fond memories of stitching this. I really wish I'd shown it to my nan. I didn't. I don't know why. So there's that one, and I'm very possibly sure it's a 14 count Ada. I probably bought the kit for this, let's face it. I'm lazy. I like a kit. Right, so that's all of those. They are my eldest ones. I'm quickly going to show you this one because it's just on top of the pile. And I'm really proud of myself because I've done some beading. I've done beading for the first time ever in my life. I added some beads. This is my December cottage by Cottage Needleworks. I added beads to the wreath. And they're just some generic red beads, red seed beads. I think they're 3mm that I bought in a big box off of Amazon, just in case. And I'm really, really pleased with them. They look really pretty. And I quite enjoyed doing it. I just used the red thread. I absolutely love that one. I think it might be my favourite. It's just so wintry and so pretty. So I added beads. You've seen that already, but I just wanted to show you because I'm so proud. Okay. Now, these are more recent ones. I can't remember which year this was, though. This will be on my Instagram. This one will be on my Instagram. Those weren't. December will be, but these will be on my Instagram. But they're before I started filming Flosstube. So you won't have seen it on here. I really like this one. It's nice to see this one again as well. This is Octopus Bubble by Love Poppet, and I've stitched it on a 16 count, very mottled yellow, very creased yellow. This is how it came from a Stitchy ferret, which we won't say any more about. If you know, you know. And this was in her Claire's Patreon for Love Poppet, and me and my friends just absolutely fell in love with it. The bubbles were supposed to be half, but I can't have half a bubble because you don't get half a bubble. You know, they pop. They need structure. You look at that while I have some coffee. So it's DMC threads, 2/1 as always. And yes, so I just closed the bubbles. I think that was the only change. I think there is a small error. Don't remember where it is, but I believe there is one, and I just fudged it. It's quite a bright, funky colour. It's actually not that dark in actual life. It's hard. It's hard. I haven't told you the weather. It's cold. Well, that's just not too cold. It's a little bit drizzly. It's cloudy. And yeah, yesterday when I had planned to originally film, it was beautiful, beautiful sunshine, and it would have been wonderful lighting. But no, it's cloudy today in Suffolk, near Stowmarket, UK, obviously. Just a couple more finishes, and then I'll show you my. Now this one came about because this song gets stuck in my head. And coming back from the Caterpillar Stitch Retreat, the first one they ever did, where I met my lovely friends. Hi, friends. You'll get mentions later, probably. Yeah, I think I was in the car at services. I stopped off at the services, and I just quickly went on my phone, and this came up on my Instagram. Oh my God, who's it by? BookDragonStitchery, I think it is. I'll put it in the description. And I loved the colours. I'd bought this fabric at the retreat. This is also another Stitch Ferret piece. And I just, sorry, it has got swearing. Should I put something over the swearing? I don't want to get in trouble. God. Oh God. Well, you're all grown ups. Don't report me. My giver are on vacation, and I started with that word. And I love it. I love it. It's from the song Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, and it was everywhere in 2024. I still absolutely love that song. It just gets stuck in my head. It just makes me think of summer. And I saw this. I can't remember the lady's name who does the BookDragonStitchery, but it was on Etsy. It's on Etsy, and I love it. And I had bought this fabric, and it was perfect. And I loved the colours, teals and pinks and purples. And I was like, I have got to stitch that, so I did. And this was the first time I ever stitched on 18 count Ada as well. And now 18 count is my fave. So yeah, that's that one. I loved stitching that. It was a lot of fun. Just a couple more now. I hope you're not getting bored. I just wanted to show some stitching. Cross stitch channel with no cross stitching, or hardly any, would have just been embarrassing. Damn my stitch book. I think I mentioned last time, I thought by calling myself Stitchy Bug, I'd sort of protect myself from losing it. But no, lost myself quite badly. This is a design by Shannon Christine Designs. And I stitched this because of the Peachy Stitcher, Julie, on Instagram. 2024, I think it was. She was stitching this and I saw it on her Instagram and I was like, oh my God, I love that. I love, love, love the colours. It's beautiful. So I ended up buying all 4 of them and I have started summer. You saw it in my whip parade. I've done the E. I've done the E in hello on that one. I would like to get back to it. This is a 16 count grey Ada. Just a Swigart one, I think. And yeah, hello spring. It's beautiful, beautiful colours. So yeah, I stitched that and really enjoyed that. Yeah, I think I started the Hello Summer at the Caterpillar Stitch Retreat. So this is all that sort of year. So before I was filming, but they're all on my Instagram. If you need any more information, it's all on there. I really did enjoy that one. That's all DMC as charted. There we go. And my last past finish to share with you all is probably one of my finest achievements as a stitcher. Although putting them beads on felt so good. I felt so good. And I can see why people enjoy beading. It was fiddly as hell. But I did enjoy it. So yeah, there are some mill hills in my future. I'm just going to add a couple of extra clips to this because it's a big one. I need to get this one on the wall, framed on the wall. You'll have seen this by varying people. My only sadness about this is the fact that I didn't use a good hand-dyed Ada. I used a printed one, which is great, but for something like this I should have got something a little bit more special. And it is the Deadly Aquarium. You've probably seen it. And as I said, I don't iron stuff. Deadly Aquarium by Lola Crow. And one of my very finest achievements. Very, very, very proud of this one. That crocodile, that beast. And there's a few people stitching this at the moment, actually, with the new sale coming up. They're sort of stitching on this one. And there's lots of you on my Instagram. And I love seeing them. I love seeing it pop up. You're all doing brilliantly. Well done. Keep it up. And I know my friend Lorna as well. She's still working on this one. And she's doing an epic job. So yeah, there we go. The Deadly Aquarium. So this was the Stitch Along by Lola Crow in 2024. So all summer I was stitching this. I think I finished the crocodile when I was away with my parents, so that was quite nice. So that was the last piece. She always leaves us a massive thing to do on the last one. So yeah, I'm just disappointed with the fabric choice. I mean, it's a nice blue, but it's not very special. It could have been so much nicer. Never mind. Never mind. I've shown you the Avery already that I did the Extraordinary Birds. So yeah, stunning. Very, very proud of that. Can't remember what my favourite bit to stitch was. There is an error. I could tell you that now. Idiot me. Messed up here. So I had to sort of fudge some of this because the spacing was slightly off. I don't think you can tell. I don't think it matters in this instance. So there you go. That's my finishes that I wanted to share with you all today. I hope you enjoyed that. With the seagulls on there, she just gets so much detail, and it's just so impressive. So impressive. Right, so now I've got my whips to show you. It's been a tough few weeks. My stitchy bug has been completely AWOL, really. I had the stitchy day after I filmed last time. I went off to, was it that weekend? Yes, it was. Yes, so I stopped filming, and then I had loads of messages come through saying they've cancelled, the venue's cancelled. Oh my God! But we found another venue. It was in a church hall, not very far from the Holiday Inn in Ipswich. So that was all good. It was all good, and we had a really nice time. And I went on the Friday with Lorna, one of my stitchy besties. Love you, Lorna. And we had a really nice time, just us two, in the Holiday Inn. We sat in because Holiday Inns are great. They've got like a cafe area, and you can just sit down. They've got like sofa bits, and so we just found a couple of chairs and sat down and did some stitching on the Friday evening before dinner and after dinner, because we'd booked rooms, being that we were going to be in the Holiday Inn on the Saturday, but they cancelled, and we couldn't really. They didn't want us to cancel the rooms, I don't think, because we did book. You can't cancel. I think Jade, the organizer, said they would have cancelled if we'd have, but because the new venue that she found was 5 minutes away, if that. So we thought, right, we're going to go anyway. We're going anyway. Break from the kids. It's Mother's Day the next day, so it was a nice little Mother's Day present to us. So we had a really nice time, and I did a bit of stitching there. And on the Saturday at the Stitchy Day, Laura came, who is Butterfly Stitches 83. She's also in our Stitchy group. And she came for the first time. I think she was suitably impressed by the food. Jade does a really good spread for lunch. So she was there. And Anne from Stitch Majig was there. So I bought a couple of bags, which you will see shortly. And Megan was there from Coffee Craft Fabrics. I bought some bloody fabric as well. What can you do? I do like supporting, the vendors that put themselves out to come to these little Stitchy days. They're not a big retreat. So it's really nice to have vendors come, and I hope they enjoy themselves and they enjoy the food, and it's very chilled. Always a good raffle as well. So I did stitching for those 2 days. I don't think I did anything when I got back. I did nothing. I can't pick my stitching up when I'm in this funk. If I did pick it up, I'd be fine. I'd be stitching away. I'd be fine. But it's the picking and stitching up, getting my lamp ready, getting everything, I just can't do it. And it evaded me for so long. Went to see Greg Davies with my sister. That's probably something I should mention later, but I went to see Greg Davies with my sister. Brilliant, really good. And I'd been worried about that. So when I'm worried or anxious about something, I cannot stitch. I can't. I should, because it would take the focus away, and it would give me relief. I know it would, but I just cannot. So I was worrying about that because that was in London at the Apollo. I say the Hammersmith Apollo, but that was what it used to be called. And then we had to get across London, and we had to get back across London to get a train to get home, and it was going to be tight. And I was worried about it and stressed and anxious. I could not stitch. We went. It was good. Very, very funny. Greg was brilliant. There was a delay on the tube. I don't like escalators. I have to avoid them at all costs because it's not pleasant. So that was also stressing me out getting home. Anyway, that passed. That was all fine. And then we flew off to Amsterdam with my husband and Oscar, 15-year-old. Jim had a conference over there, and me and Oscar tagged along, did a bit of sightseeing. It was excellent. I'll talk more about the whole trip later on. But I took 2 projects with me because I thought, just in case I want to stitch, always take stitching. So I did take them, and I took my iPad, and it was busy the first bit. I was anxious about that, of course, so I was all worried about that. So it took me a few days, and then Jim was at his conference. Oscar was busy. He was on his phone. He was fine. He had his books to read. He was sorted, and I was just sitting there thinking, telly was rubbish. I thought, I'm going to watch some Flosstube, and so I did. I'm going to name who I watched because you just don't know, you other people that film these things, how much of a difference you make. And I guess some of you will say that about me, but I don't want to I don't want to put words into your mouths. So I watched a few of my favourites who I haven't watched in a good few months. I was really, really behind, and I've mentioned that before, on Flosstube. So I watched, I'm going to have to mention Kat here, Kats.cross.stitches. She's in Australia. She's one of my followers and subscribers, and I have spoken to her a few times. I enabled her to do the Stitch about 12 Days of Christmas stitch along, and I've been sort of following her ever since. So she started a Flosstube in January, and I hadn't got around to watching it, and I really wanted to, so I started with her, and oh my god, it was good, but she made me feel bloody awful about myself because she is prolific. She stitches a lot, and it is a sight to behold, and she's got some excellent taste in her stitching. It's gorgeous. Good fabric choices. They've got some nice fabrics in Australia, some good fabric dyes, and I want some. But yeah, So I really, really enjoyed hers. If you haven't watched her yet, go and check her out. I will tag a few people in this one. Kats.cross.stitches. So I watched her and I was like, ooh, but I didn't have the urge to stitch. And I watched, let's see, who else did I watch? I caught up with the runner stitcher Andrew. I caught up with Kenny Stitches. His fabrics are they're stunning. He has some gorgeous bodies, and I love watching Kenny. So I watched Kenny, and I watched Rachel from the Talking Dog Stitcher, who has the Talking Dog Stitchery. And the edge was coming, you know, and I got inspired by you, Rachel. I know you watched me for my board. I haven't decided where to put that yet. I've just tied that there randomly. I'd like it over here somewhere, but I don't know if hubby can do that or not. So I watched Rachel, and that was when I started thinking maybe I should get my stitching out. She has some gorgeous projects, and I watched a couple of hers. I think it was 3 I hadn't seen. Her whip parade was immense. It was really good. And after her, I watched Tyler. Tyler is Will It Stitch. And if I could hug Tyler, I would. Let me just have some coffee, because he awakens something in me. And that's not a pervy thing. His projects, they were so me. So me. He's got quite a lot of samplers on the go. And he had some Blueberry Ridge ones that he was working on. He's quite a fan of them. And I purchased some last year, and I've got them. And I was like, oh my God, I want to get home and kit them up. I'm so excited. I was like, oh, I've only got these things with me. So I picked up my Cottage, my monthly Cottage, and I was stitching on that from then on while I was away. And yeah, so I stitched and watched him. And then I caught up with Sheldon in Stitches, Stuart's in Stitches, Jason X Stitches, Pam, the Ditsy Daisy Crafts, and then the Ditsy Daisy Alison as well. I watched all of you. Have I mentioned you all? Yes, I watched all of you while I was away in Amsterdam, and you all kept me company, and thank you all so much for doing what you do. But Tyler had a 2-hour whip parade, Will It Stitch, and I would recommend it to anyone. It was a joy to watch. A joy. And he spoke to my soul. He's got a soothing voice. Something about it ignited my stitching spark. So thank you, Tyler. If you know Tyler, tell him thank you. I am so grateful. So grateful. Okay, so here's my stitching. This is why I didn't do this first, because I know people are like, oh, just show some stitching. I will show you first what I didn't take to Amsterdam, because this is the thing I stitched on at the Stitchy Day. Where the hell is it? There it is. So this is the Salentine stitch from Modern Folk Embroidery, Roxy Floss and Evertotes. Look at the colours on there. Behold how beautiful they are. These are the actual colours that we were sent. I might need the board. It's not, I haven't done very much. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it at all. Don't know why. I don't know whether it's the colours being different to what they are on there. I might need my clips, I don't know. Just because I haven't got enough hands. So this is a 20 count Ada. It's called Porcelain from Roxy, which is the called for. I'm sorry about all the millions of creases. For God's sake. So that is where I'm at, and that is what the mock-up looked like. So that beautiful dark teal in this picture is actually a green. And the coral on here, which is much pinker, is not as pink. And I don't like the colours very much. They're not what I was expecting. And I don't like my stitching. It is messy. It is horrible. I think this must be a tight 20 count, because I'm using my 2 threads, which is what I always use. Used it on the advent calendars, countdowns, and I loved it. And I loved the plush feel and the full feel of the stitches. They just look messy, and I don't know whether it's because of the variegation in this awful coral colour or not, I don't know. What I should, there's a bit of fluff there, apologies. I should probably restart it. I don't know if I can be bothered. So I might just soldier on with it, and then, I don't know. And I know my friend Lorna, who is doing this with me, she's not enjoying it either. So that's a bit disappointing, really, a bit disappointing, because I loved last year's. I was going to show you that one, but because I had all the other bits to show, I didn't. I loved it, and I finished it, and it was wonderful. This one, not so much. This is in one of my handbags. Stitch my jig. Lorna bought herself an overlocker and then brought it to the Stitchy day, and Megan showed us how to use it. So Lorna's overlocked some of my fabrics for me. Thank you, Lorna. Very much appreciated. I've got some more for you to do. You'll be pleased to know. So that was one of the things I stitched on. This was the second thing I stitched on that Stitchy weekend. Haven't touched it since. Where in God's name is the notes one? Thought I'd lost the back of my Charlie Feathers magnet then. God, that would have been devastating. So this is the Crocette Go-Go March. I know, it's the end of March. That's how much I've done. I don't... No, it's not the right bag. Embarrassing. This is the Sobe bags one I've got. I don't think I've got the cover photo. Bear with me a second. What the hell? I have got the cover photo, but it's extremely screwed up. Ah, there is March. Very green. It's nice, I like it. So that's what I got done at the Stitchy day. I'd done a little bit on the house, I think. And I got, this is supposed to be two colours, this flower. Purple, dark purple, and then light purple. But I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do all the same colour. And then I'm going to do, there's two more flowers. So I'm going to do another one in that colour, and then the other one in the lighter colour. And I changed that green thing in the middle. It's supposed to be white. I've changed it to green. Charlie Feathers Needle Minders, Nudge Hoop, and Grime Guard by the Chromatorium on Etsy, in case anyone is interested. So much I've done. And I have decided not to continue with this series. I haven't told my friends yet. This is going to be a bit of a shock to them this year, or for now. I want to concentrate on my cottages, and I'll pick them up again when the cottages are done, or next year. It's too much. I can't. I'm beating myself up for not keeping up, and I shouldn't be doing that, but I am. So I've decided that I'm going to put that to the side and work on just do my cottages and then whatever else I fancy. And so this was the last thing I worked on since I last saw you, and this is my March cottage from Cottage Needleworks. It's the last day of March. I should have this done by now. I'm not too far off a finish. I got quite a bit done yesterday, that top border. Do you know what? I was stitching this. I think I don't like the colours on this one. I don't like the greens. They're wrong. And I don't like the pink. And then I put the yellow on, and I was like, oh, it really lifted it. It really lifted it for me. And I was like, actually, it's not too bad. It's not my favourite of the series. The sheep were fun to stitch. I stitched them in Amsterdam. I've got my capybara needle minders on here to cheer me up from Charlie Feathers, because they're green. They match the green. Again, Grime Guard Chromatorium for a nudge hoop. And yeah, so I mean, it's a beast. I've got the house bit to fill in, which is going to take me ages. And I will try and get it done this afternoon. But if I don't, I'm going to have to just forgive myself, because life in it. So yes, and that is a 32 count beige even weave, as was the last one as well. From Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics. She did me lots of little pieces and serged them all for me, and for my friends as well. She's a legend. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with my cottages. I started with the September one, so when I've done August, they'll be done, and I will reevaluate whether I want to restart the Crochet A Go-Go series then or not, or whether I'll wait till next year. I shall see what I've got going on. Okay, let's finish this. It's going to be cold. not too bad. I like iced coffee anyway. Right, let's do the giveaway winners. Very exciting. So, doesn't recognise my face apparently. Okay, so the first winner, and I was super pleased to see this name come up. I was 11 entries for this one. Sorry about the rustling. So this was the pattern, and it's a very, very detailed pattern with instructions and whatnot for Elizabeth Catton 1775 by Linda Haddon from the Sampler Guild and Letitia Gibbiat from Korryslittleshop. Love Letitia, she's fantastic. And the winner is... Dun, 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 dun. I've cleaned my iPad for you so you don't have to see the fingerprints. The winner is Yorkshire Stitcher Lynette. And funny enough, Lynette sent me a message last night to check I was all right. And I was so pleased when you won. So yeah, well done. Send me your address on Instagram and I will get that posted out to you. And if you want to start it together, let me know. I'll let you have time to kit it up. It's fine. So well done, Lynette, and thank you so much for your very, very lovely message. Now, the other winner for the Dragonfly bag, which I have actually... Anne's got your bag. I have got my bag I was going to show you, but I've put something in it. Hold on, there it is. I won't show you the front. It's just got my rainbow bridge. Oh, for God's sake, I'll just take it out. Ready to put that onto Flosstubers. So yeah, you have won one of these, a dragonfly, metallic dragonfly from Anne at Stitch and Jig. And the winner for that one, I'll put them back in a second, is Claire Nelms. You have won the dragonfly bag from Anne. If you can either send me an email, which is stitchy.bug@gmail.com, or send me an Instagram message with your address and I will hand that to Anne. And she will post that out direct because she has got the appropriate packaging. She doesn't fold her bags. I mean, why would she? They're just beautiful. So well done, Claire. And thank you ever so much. There were 47 entries for the bag. I wish you could all win one. They're wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Anne is a legend. And, you know, you buying her bags means she can eat and, you know, pay her bills. So if you didn't win, go and have a look at her website, stitchmajig.co.uk, or her Etsy. She's on Etsy as well. And she says either or, either's fine because, you know, she's got to keep up her rating on Etsy apparently. So, yeah. And I've bought 2 more bags from Anne, which you will see shortly. Put that one down there. Because it's haul time! It's haul time! It's haul time. And I've gone slightly crazy. I know I go crazy anyway, but I've gone even crazier because I wasn't stitching, so I was on my phone a lot more. So I was seeing beautiful things and then buying them, which I need to stop doing because that's just, it's ridiculous. Quite frankly, my husband will divorce me. Some of this haul is because of other people. Charlie Feathers, I'm looking at you. And she is prepared for this because she's already said, oh my God, I'm going to be in so much trouble on your next Flosstube. Yes, you are, Charlie. You are in trouble, but I'm going to let you off. You'll see them shortly. But on top of my pile, I've got 2 piles, in fact, because the pile was so big I had to split it in 2. Although, I mentioned the Dotty Daisy earlier, Alison, and she filmed her Flosstube. It was 2 hours long, so she cut it in half. And so literally an hour was full. And I respected that very much. It was very good. Shall I take these out of the packaging? I think I will. I saw these on Instagram. Now these are from, I can see the glare, Stony Bank Creations. Is that a website now? I think it is. And I couldn't decide between the linen and the Ada because I'm trying to build up my linen supply stash. So I do like to mix it up a little bit, as you know. I like to stitch on both. So I got a piece of each. Now the colour is Rose Storm, and I just oh God, shell! Look at that! God, it's beautiful. I honestly, you know, I love me a pink fabric. I've got a few ideas in my head, and I've got that beetle that I want to stitch by Yasmin. I did put the sorry about the wink. Oh God, that's so very loud. I did think about using the little guinea stitching piece I got, but I don't know if that's quite right. I might use this Ada instead. So this is the Ada, so we can see the difference between the two fabrics, taking the dye differently. This feels a little bit stiffer, but it's quite a nice feel to this. Obviously, it was, oh my Lord alive. And you can see why I couldn't resist. Absolutely beautiful. And in fact, I may have signed up to her fabric of the month because I left the Crafty Cake one. And I've signed up to Vicky. I think it's Vicky. It might not be. I'm going to look a right prick if it's not. But I've signed up to her fabric of the month starting from June. There was a spot or two, and so I thought, you know what, I'll give that a bash. Can't remember what fabric I've gone for, but there you go. Right, this one is the fault of my dear friend Lindsay at Blushing Pink Stitches, who was also at the Stitchy Day, because she had got this and I thought, wow, literally I thought, wow, that's beautiful. Now this is a kit from Letty Stitch, so I ordered it direct from them. And I love me a lighthouse. I think it's because I used to like Round the Twist and the Fraggles, which both had a lighthouse in. And it's just beautiful. And it's not even red and white, and I still love it. And there's a bow. Oh, God. I you know, I don't really do full coverage, but I have been known to, and I have got one going. But I love this so much. And I just thought, oh, I think Lindsay had a discount code. I don't think it actually worked for me, but I had another discount code anyway from signing up to. It's called Sunrise by the Sea, and I love the sea. I'd live next to the sea. I'd live there if I could. That's my perfect house. Oh God. And because it couldn't travel alone, and because I like to try out new brands of stuff, I ordered a couple of needle minders. Oh my God, the rustling in this, I'm so sorry. Be gone, rustly bag. So I ordered little bird needle minder. I won't take these out because I love birds, and it's pink. I ordered a little lighthouse to go with, and a pink butterfly. So that was the fault of Lindsay. Very, very lovely. Now I mentioned, oh, sorry, I'm to lean down. Maybe I'll put them up. I'll pick them up and put them up here. Hold on a sec. Fabric. Hold on. Oh. My part is so big, I can't pick it up. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Do talk amongst yourselves. I told you it was epic, and it is. It is. No, that's not gone well. Okay. Oh my God. Now you've seen my bag. It's beautiful. Right, these are in my hand, so I'll show these. So I purchased, me and my friend Lorna did a couple of Evertotes orders because we wanted, let's start with that in fact, we wanted to join in with the Quick Quaker Stitch Along, which starts tomorrow. You can get the PDF of Jacob's website, Modern Folk Embroidery, if you want to join us. And it's basically you do 140 odd stitches a day over the month of April to celebrate his anniversary. I think it's 15 years. And so we did order the booklet because the booklet comes with the challenge planner, and it's highlighted, like on the countdown, which stitches we're doing each day. Perfect. So me and Lorna are doing that version. Our friend Laura is also doing it, but she's using her own floss from Stash because she's not as extravagant as us. More controlled, better behaved. Where in God's name is my floss for it? That might be, right, I'll leave that out because we're going to have to find that shortly. That's the fabric for it. I have got an Ada of this in stock, but I think I'm going to do it on an even weave. I haven't done a sample on even weave yet. So that is a 32 count even weave, which they've just started doing, Roxy, Speculas. So that's for that. The floss is here somewhere, or might still be in there, or I've accidentally sent it to Lorna, so that'll be funny. And so when you're doing every totes order, it's best to put in as many things as you want to get, because otherwise, you know, you're paying postage each time. So I also got a piece of 32 count French hen, and this is linen for, this is Sheldon and Stitches' Fault 11 Rabbits by Kats.cross.stitches. Do you want to see a picture? I can probably very quickly find a picture. I knew there was a couple of things I needed to print out, and I have forgotten to do that. I need to find a picture, because he has been stitching it, and I just love it. And I couldn't resist starting it at some point soon. 11 rabbits. I'm sorry for this. There's just only so much prep you can do. Absolutely ridiculous. I just need to find a good picture. Come on, load. There we go. So that is the 11 rabbits. So it's a big one. So that's my floss. And that's the fabric. I think that is they're called for. The Roxy do a conversion. So that was that. Lovely. Looking forward to starting that. More about that later. And I also bought did I print off? Oh, God's sakes, we're on them days. This is floss for Kats.cross.stitches, the Blue Rose, which I didn't know existed until, oh, I meant to, Lorna, if you're watching this, your peacock's in here. I didn't notice it in there amongst the others. I'll give that to you next time. I have got the Blue Rose in my photos. I think I have printed it out. It's here somewhere. But I didn't know it existed, and I was watching Kats.cross.stitches, and it's gorgeous. It's got a bag on it. So I was like, well, I need to do that. There we go. The Blue Rose. It's got bugs on. And it's gorgeous colours, bugs and flowers. And I was like, well, you know, it goes with the name. So that's for that. And I'll take your peacock out, Lorna, and give that to you next time I see you. Got a floss pack for Pink Wren, which is the new one that was at Marketplace by Kats.cross.stitches. And I'm waiting for the PDF of that one because I like to put it into Saga. All Kats.cross.stitches designs go into Saga. Here's Pink Wren. Here's one I downloaded earlier. So that is pretty lovely. And slightly weird shape. And obviously I'm doing Blueberry Jay and Cherry Magpie as well. The woman can do no wrong in my eyes at the moment. And I also bought I spent a lot, the floss pack for Avery. I don't know if I've got a picture of that one. Oh dear God. Where have I bought this one? Here it is. It's here already. Hold on, it's loading. And I really like this one. I mean, it's birds. And it's pretty light fabric and pretty colours on that one. So that's Avery. So that's that. Okay. So that's those. And then I've got bags here that I bought from Anne. I think this is one of her older designs. And she's actually, this is one of the smaller ones, so the original size. And it's just so pretty. I think it was like the only one left of this, possibly. I might be making that up completely. And it was just so pretty, the birdies. And I was just, oh, I need that for my collection. I'll pop that one over there. when I saw her at Floss Friends in January, I said, you need to make me... No, that's not true. We were talking about 12 Days Christmas then. When I saw her at the Stitchy Day in February, I said to her, you need to make me a capybara bag. Bug me, she did. And look at the colours, it's purple. She'd done 2, one for me, one for Lola. We were like, yes, take my money. And I do believe she's going to make some more of these because she had some more fabric. But she's had a few big shows to do, so her stocks may be low. And I know she's been dealing with stuff, so hopefully that'll be on the website soon. But oh, I was honestly absolutely delighted. I did put it on my Insta story, so you may have already seen it. I love capybaras. I love them. So I could not have been more delighted. So pleased. I found my floss. Thank God. Right, let's have a look at these properly. Show you the rest in the packaging, but we will get these ones out because actually I need these for tomorrow to start it. Okay, so reminder, fabric, speculas. This is the colourful version that we are doing. This is the monochrome, still gorgeous. But when I saw the colours, I was like, yes. So for the pink, we have got Easy Listening. I do believe these have been dyed especially for this. So they were new, and so I had to have them. Oil Painting, the purple. Oh, they sing to me, these colours. These are much better colours than the other one. Poetic, that's a nice one. Yes, I like that. Not quite the blue it shows on there though, that is more of grey. I think they need to think, shown that one already. I've got a second on the pole. Herbal and Verbal is the green. Villainous. And the last one, Marionette. This must be gold. So very excited to start that tomorrow. So I'm going to leave them to the side. Very lovely project to do. I started printing out a couple of bits, so then my printer was like, no, you need more ink. So when I was watching Stuart in Amsterdam, he showed winter and spring of this series, which had passed me by. It had been released at Nashville. And it passed me by. I didn't notice them because I never heard of this designer before. Anyway, I was looking on her website, and the PDFs obviously aren't available yet. So if I want to, I'll get the paper charts, but I'll probably wait for the PDFs. So I bought the summer one and the summer and autumn. So this is the summer one. So it's the Blue Jays. Now there is a version of this which just doesn't have any text and has just one bird and some flowery bits. But I really like the 2 birds together with the text. And it's Robin Pickens, who I hadn't heard of before. I'm now following her on Instagram, and I just thought that is just so me, so me. You know, I love a bird and a seasonal, and so I wanted to print off the other one, but my computer said no. Here's the autumn one, and it's autumn blackbirds, and it's got pumpkins in, and oh my god, I love it. And as I said, there's also spring and winter, but they're not on PDF yet. But you can look them up. I think one of them's possibly Robin's. And I just absolutely love them. I would show you them, but you're probably sick of me looking on my iPad to show you stuff. But they're gorgeous. Yasmin did a beautiful spring box. I didn't buy it. And it's probably a good thing because I wouldn't have stitched any of them. I liked them, but I wouldn't probably have stitched them. And then she announced she had some of the needle minders for sale. And I thought, well, I probably won't win the giveaway by Charlie Feathers, and I didn't. So I ordered I ordered it. Oh, Charlie Feathers needle minder from Yaz, exclusive to Yaz. I think Charlie says that she's waiting to see if Yaz wants any more made. Oh, so pretty, so pink and so springy. And that is going, and it's got a bird on. It's going on a project. Really pleased with that. And it couldn't travel alone, so for some unknown reason I thought I'd get some more thread gloss. I've got a drawer full. And I haven't smelt these yet, and I won't do it on camera. I'll do it another time. But I bought the Berry Grape. These are by So Luxe Co. You're not gonna, oh, there you go. So I bought the berry grape, and I didn't get the vegan version. I got the normal version, but I might get the vegan ones next time to try. And I got the watermelon. I love watermelon. And then I sort of did a snow angel one, and I was like, I love Snow Fairy by Lush, so I've got Snow Angel. That's probably what it smells like. And Yasmin ships out so fast. I know she's having a little break now, but I was just like, oh, I'll get them to support Yas. I didn't want any patterns at the time. Right, I've got some coffee craft fabrics. First off, I've got these, which were the Easter set. Last year I bought them on Ada, and so this year I got a 32 count even weave set. If you're fast forwarding this bit, I don't blame you, but you know, there's some of us that love the haul. And I've just got the smaller pieces. They might actually be quite good for my whirly birds when I get back to those. So that's the lilac. They just make me think of mini eggs. So pretty and all overlocked beautifully. That's the blue. So nice. Goodness, this green is gorgeous. Trivia. Easter yellow chicks. So in the UK, our clocks went forward at the weekend, and it was fine because we were an hour ahead in Amsterdam, so I was already pretty much used to it, but still a bit tired. And there's the pink, very nice. So yeah, I keep thinking it's earlier than it is. And I purchased these on the Coffee Craft website. If you're unaware, Megan keeps some already ready to go fabrics on there. And I bought these with the pink wren design in mind, which I think this one probably. Or I'll look through stash and have a look, and that's 18 count Ada. So she brought them along for me to pick up. So she didn't have to post them. And I bought this one as well. So I wasn't quite sure what to go for. Really like that. And this one, I bought all three of these with pink wren in mind, not knowing what they'd look like in real life. But if this one's big enough for the Avery, I think I might do that on there. But I don't know if it is. I'll have to do some measuring. So very pleased with those. And then she had a bargain bin, shall I say? A bargain bin, yes. It's like a bargain bin with like offcuts and weird sizes and that sort of thing. And they were different, varying prices, but I think I've got them on there. £22 this one was. This is a 32 count. So it's a weird shape. It's 17 by 27 instead of 18 by 27. And I was just like, ooh, it's opalescent. And I was just like, that is so pretty. And very usable for something festive, I do believe. Just in a buying mood that day. When aren't I? I got another piece of this because this is a really soft Ada. Oh, it's lovely. This is like my favourite colour to stitch anything on. And this was a weird shape, as you can see. 16 by 27, so it's quite a long one. I love this colour. Everything looks so good on lilac. I could be quicker and not fold them up, but then the carnage that I'd have to deal with when I press stop would be upsetting. I bought 2 needle minders. One of them's on here. He's a cappy. So I bought this yellow piece. This is Ada. I can't see what's count. 18. I like this. It gave me vibes of that piece I used for the Octopus. So very, yeah, I really liked that. And I thought, I need that in the stash. Stash enhancement. I forgot to mention, actually, while I was not stitching but at home, I finished my bobbinating. My teal chest here of drawers is full. The master set is done. DMC. It's all bobbinade on the pip and chip. So I sat and did that. I didn't do nothing. I did something, and it was quite nice coming out here and just getting around. And I've got this little piece as well. How nice is that? And Skeletor. I grew up watching He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and She-Ra, and I saw him on her board and I was like, I need him. And that's a 25 count, and I just thought that is beautiful. So he's going to be going on a project because I love him and it makes me chuckle looking at him. And I can't wait for the new film. It looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. They've done a really good job judging by the trailer. Right, that's that pile done. And now the rest of it is in the box. Oh, yes. I had the last embroidery in colour box, and I have got this one too because I really liked it. And I cancelled the cotton and twine because I've decided I'm not going to stitch them. In fact, I might give the owl one away next time. And so I thought, well, I will get this next one of these. Although the next cotton and twine one for next month is bugs. So maybe I'll just get the PDF. But I'd like the gift box. So I bought the embroidery and colour box. It's Tom and Ellie Creations. That's what I was looking for. Of this one. And I thought it was lovely. I've got the linen. It's not serged. That's what came with. Slightly different. I would say that's more of a mint, and that is not a mint, but that's me being picky. And then here's the hand-dyed threads. Very, very lovely. And we also got some seeds, a needle, and a tea bag. So it's very nice and very good. You know, you get good shipping. Let's have a look. The chart is, yeah, the chart is nice. It's colour charts. I'll show you a little snippet, but it's yeah, it's well printed. So yes, but I did see that she's doing PDFs now, so I do wonder if she might send it to me and I can put it in Pattern Keeper, because I like counting my stitches, and I've not been able to do that with my paper charts, as I can't stand the stress of having to count my stitches as well as get everything correct. So, okay, Charlie Feathers, now's your time. This is your fault. Not that one. This one. I watched Charlie Feathers. She's got a new one out. But the one before that, she mentioned that I think she's going to do this one later in the year. And again, I would live there. That is stunning. Although saying that, there'd have to be some steps or a lift to get down for a swim. But I was just like, I love that. So I did an order from Hobby Doo. Collection Dart. Saga file. Perfect. Now it comes with 14 count, which I will switch out to make it more me. So I couldn't travel alone, friends. Of course it couldn't. So I ordered that one. And this is Flushing Pink Stitches' fault, although I think Charlie might have mentioned it as well. So Lindsay, I bought that one too, because Lighthouse, love, love, love. And then on the website, I saw this and I thought, my God, yes. It's a snow globe. And it's a beautiful snow globe with a house and a Christmas tree. And I love that. So yes, they're all 14 count. But you know, the threads are all there. And the patterns look good, and I'm hoping they're all Saga compatible. They are fantastic. Now I did order the next oven kit in the series that I've been collecting with Charlie Feathers and Shell Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. Mine hasn't arrived. Theirs has. Mine hasn't, so I can't show it to you. It's the series with the little girl, and it's got a boat and a lighthouse. I might change the lighthouse colours as well. Charlie mentioned it. If you want to see it, Charlie shows it, and I think Shell did as well. But mine hasn't come, because Charlie messaged me that morning and said, "Oh, look." So I ordered it from Cross Stitch Corner, I think. So God knows, I can't remember where they are. Germany, I think. And mine hasn't come. So that's a bit upsetting. And that very same day, I watched Charlie Feathers. I was out here bobbinating, I think. I watched Charlie Feathers. And she showed that she'd bought this. And I messaged her immediately and said, oh my God, I saw that and I wanted it and I didn't buy it because I was being good at the time. And she's like, no, you need to buy it. So I went on Arts and Designs and they were out of stock. And I went on the one that she'd bought it from, Cross Stitch Paradise. They were out of stock. And I said, no. And then Charlie found it on Crafty Kate. Fabrics by Crafty Kate website. She had it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to buy from Crafty Kate, to be honest with you. But so I signed up for notifications on Arts and Designs, which was a bit naughty because I don't want it now. So it might be in stock there because of me. And then I thought, oh, I wonder if I've got any points from Crafty Kate because I was in the Fabric Club for a year. And I did have some points. I had £21 worth of points. I thought, ooh. So I used it on this. So I got this for a steal. And this was my Mother's Day present. So thanks, Jim and kids. Honestly, she's stunning. The Secret of the Forest, it's called. And it's an Ava. I haven't had anything by them before. So I'm very excited. And this is a 16 count, but I'll probably switch it to an 18 count. I'll see how it feels. But yeah, and all the threads are there. I'll probably put them onto Flosstubes, I think. And I think she said you can get the saga file, so I will do that. But I was just like, oh, she's bought it and I need it. And she encouraged me, really encouraged me to buy it. So thanks, Charlie. You cost me a little bit of money this month. I think that was all I got to blame her for. Yes. I bought the threads from Nashville for the Beneath the Waves from Cottage Garden Threads. Can you see them? I can't bother to take them out. I'm getting tired now. So yeah, Sizzler. I can't read them through there, can I? But yeah, so they're the pack for the Beneath the Waves. But I've only seen like 2 of the Beneath the Waves that I like. But I want them for stash anyway. I like Cottage Garden Threads. And from Nashville, I also bought, all these were from Peakside. So thank you, Peakside. You were really wonderful. I bought the new Classic Colourworks colours for stash. I bought the new Tiny Towel, Needlework Tiny Towel. I'll need some fabric for that, please, Megan. And the frill. It's just super, super cute. I bought this one, Cherished Friends by Heart in Hand. I just thought that was lush. Really, really lovely. I like the colours on that one, so I'll probably keep them as is. Let me have a quick look. Classic Colourworks, that'll be white. And Weeks Dye Works, see, I've got an eye for this thing. Beautiful. And I also bought the Hands-On Design Nightlight. I think my friends bought that too. And Megan, you're supposed to be dyeing me some fabric for that. I think you've forgotten. I should remind you via email when you're back from your holiday. And that's also Weeks Dye Works. Ooh. So I'm doing the Ladybird that I started with my friends T and Shell in June last year when we went to Bournemouth together. And I had to get that because it's a bug. And I've also got, there was a beetle in the Christmas Jingle Ball. So yeah, I bought that one too. What else have I got in here? More things. I've got my MPI silks from Korryslittleshop. I'm in the thread club. So I've got them month 15. So I've got to bobbinate them. I did bobbinate all the others I had. I think I'm missing a pack, but that's fine. I probably lost them. So I got those. And then I bought somebody on Instagram had stitched this and showed it on their Instagram, but they'd put March there instead. And I thought, oh, maybe it's a seasonal bird thing. Beautiful. And they said, oh, it's in here. Great. So I found this on eBay. I think it was Trudy Ann. And is it Jeff? They go to the shows. So I bought it. It's a little booklet thing. So that's the design. I really just love that bird. And it isn't. So that is that's a celebration for a new baby called August. So that was a little bit misleading, I thought. And there's some other designs in here, but I don't think I'd stitch any of them. So there's any I can show you. I mean, they're pleasant enough, but they're not me. But I just really liked that bird. So yeah, That bird is now a pattern in my stash for such eventualities that I ran out of other things to stitch. Now, in January, you remember I had the KLT charting advent box, which was threads and fabric, which was amazing. Now, Kim of KLT charting, she said, if there's any of them you would like, let me know. And I decided not to get any of them because I couldn't choose, basically. So she announced on her Flosstube, she announced her colours for January 2026, because she does like a monthly colour, and it was called Sea Anemone, and I was like, ooh, that's pretty, I'll get that instead. So I bought the hand-dyed thread, and these came while I was away, so thank you, Kim. So that's the Sea Anemone. Stunning, absolutely stunning. And then I could not decide between the Ada and the even weave, so I got a bit of both, just small pieces. So this is 16 by, no, I've sent 16 by 18 instead of 13 by 18. I hope you don't mind having a few extra inches. Love you, Kim, thank you for that. It made me smile when I read that. So this is the 18 count Ada. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, that's a nice big piece as well, thank you, Kim. Oh my God. I don't know if she's got any more pieces of this left. So I'm guessing once she's dyed it, she doesn't re-dye the colours of the month. But oh God, that was beautiful. I'll put that back in there later. And then the even weave, see, has come out lighter. This makes me think of a fruit salad sweet. Ooh, that's nice. Good choice. So I didn't get the February fabric. I can't remember what that colour was, but I have ordered a couple of pieces of the March, which is a Halloweenish sort of colour, grungy, and I was like, that would be perfect for some Halloweeny ones. Nearly at the bottom, guys. I bought the Pip and Chip Pretty Set, a tin, and in the tin there is, I'm guessing this is the scissor fob, in bobbin, sparkly thread holder. Oh God, look how pretty that is. I think I kind of bought this instead of the box from Yaz, and then got the little bits afterwards, but I just thought, oh, that's nice. I was feeling FOMO because I didn't get the box. Sparkly bobbins, which are lovely. Put them back in the box, and then you get in the tin, you've got the foam insert, so you can put your bobbins in there for a project. And I thought that was a really nice idea, because I've been using my tray, which is up here, for my for Jen Stitch Along, and you get some stickers to pop on your bobbins as well. I just thought that was a really nice little set, and it was a nice little pick me up when that came. I was like, oh, that is gorgeous. So once I find a project for bobbinating, I will use those. Very, very nice. Oh, I did print the 3 rows off, but the print had put lines through it, so there you go. I did print 11 rabbits as well. Oh, and the Avery. Oh, for God's sake, Sarah, get a grip. And then the bottom of my haul basket, which I will now put everything away, is my thread club from Talking Dog Stitchery, which I have not looked at yet. It's giving vibes of Advent. Oh God, they're gorgeous. I'm in the Weekstye Works thread club, collecting these. Oh, these are stunning. I'm going to show you them because some of you may not have seen them. Battleship. I can read them. Babery. That's beautiful, that green. That would have been nice on Jen's seasonal flower sal. Border Beachcomber, I think that is. That's stunning. Bee's knees. Beehives. These are the bees. Beehive. Begonia. Gorgeous. Beige. But a nice beige. A nice beige. Bermuda. As lush. Berry Splash. And this one's amazing. It's Bethlehem. Oh my God. God, I don't think I've got any of these, so this is an excellent thread club for me to be in. This is really boosting my stash. And then last things are from Coffee Craft. So this is the fabric of the month for March. Oh, let's take it out. We've come this far. If you're still with me, thank you. Oh my God, I can't open it. Yes, I can. Come on, Sarah. Final push. Final push. Oh, that's lovely. So I've got 20 count Ada in the fabric of the month from Megan. At the moment, I switch it up. That is so pretty. Oh yeah. So I would think a fancy lady on there, but I don't do fancy ladies on Ada. That is really pretty. Maybe I'll switch to even weave for a bit, you know. And then the last thing, I think these were on a fabric Super Sunday. Sorry for the rustling once more. Let me know what you're stitching on. I haven't said that yet, and I always like to know. This is 32 count even weave. I think this was on the fabric Super Sunday, as I said. That is lovely. Very, very lovely, that piece. I like that. It's got sort of lilac-y undertone, hasn't it? Pinky lilac-y undertone to the grey. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Good choice. 40 counts. Even weave, 18 by 27. I'm trying to get my 40 count stash up. Although saying that, I was looking through my fabrics the other day. More about that shortly. And I realised I didn't have any really big pieces, so I had to bloody order another piece for my 12 Days of Christmas sampler, which I've decided I'm going to start at some point soon. And that is from Phoebe's store. I mentioned it last time, and she said a couple of people went off and bought it, so that was nice. And then this piece, 20 count, again, my favourite lilac. Cannot have enough pieces of this. But that's in 20 count, which I don't have. So that's everything. Apart from, always honest, I did buy, I watched Stuart in Stitches, and I watched somebody else, and they were using CXC threads. And so I did a little Google, and I ended up buying the whole lot for 75 quid. 75 quid for the whole lot. So that's the 1 to 30, I'm guessing, which they added on. And then here's all the others. Sorry for roughly, I'm not taking these out. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to put these. But when I'm browsing late at night, I don't think I'd even had a drink. I do these things. I end up buying stuff randomly. And I did have this thought, oh, maybe I could get another Bisley and mobilate them all. No, don't be ridiculous. So I've got them. If I ever do a big full coverage or something like that, then I will kit it up with that. And that is everything. Where in God's name are my notes? They're under here somewhere. Okay, that was haul. Plans is next. If you survived the haul, bravo. But I mean, it was pretty good, wasn't it? I need to rein it in from now. Although I've said that before, and that wasn't me. Okay, plans. I had a message, and I've forgotten what your name is. Oh God, how embarrassing. Miss Hollis Stitches, something like that. I don't know what your name is. I looked on your profile and it didn't say. She sent me a message yesterday, and the day before that, I was out here choosing a fabric for this project. So her message said, "Have you got it ready to start?" And I said, "Actually, I have." Do you fancy starting it? Yes, I do. Yeah. So we're starting this tomorrow. This is Rosewood Manor Autumn Quakers. You know, I bought this one and the summer one. And I was out here choosing fabrics for them because I was thinking about these. So Stuart's stitching this one. And I think Tyler from Willow Stitch had one of these on his as well. And I just thought, do you know what? I want to start one. And so she sent me a message and I was like, right, that's it. Decision made. Autumn is. So I have put the little balls of the Valentini thread onto Flosstubes. beautiful are they? Autumn colours. Very, very excited. I've got my Charlie Feathers floss jobs. There is a fox on one of them, so it's hidden amongst them, so it's fine. So that's the threads, and I have picked this fabric from my 28 count stash, which may have been in there for ages, or it may have been a recent Pole Stitches grab bag. It's not serged. Lorna, I need your overlocker. So it's a sort of goldy yellow colour. So it's quite big. It needs to be, because I need to come in like 3 inches. It's going to be a big one. So that's the fabric I've chosen. I think that will look nice. There's no like white threads or anything, so I think I'll be all right. And the I think it's reasonably similar to what the call for looks like on that picture. So I went with that one. And I also, while I was choosing fabric, I chose a piece of fabric for the summer one as well. And I also chose fabric for the winter and the spring one, which at the time I did not own. But I have since ordered them from Create Nostalgia, which is where I got these from as well, with the threads. So thank you, Mary. She's getting me another spring Quaker because they're out of stock, but they're coming back in. This is in one of my Anne bags, ready to go. Autumn it's all autumn themed. It's wonderful. And I've got an autumn hedgehog, Charlie Feathers, ready to go. And I think I'll probably use a couple of my minis on that as well, my mini minders, because it's going to be a beast. But I'm very excited to start that. So thank you to, you know who you are if you're watching. You reached out to me because I thought I wanted to start it, and that has given me a push. So that's good. So I'm starting that. I'm starting the Quaker, mini Quaker for Jacob's anniversary with my friend Lorna, and Laura's also doing that one too. And I'm dropping the Crochet A Go Go project for now. Pick that up another time when I've got a better headspace and more stitchy time to give to it once my cottages are done. So that's that. I would show you the bits of fabric I chose for the other, but I'll do that when they arrive. So I'll do that when I've got them, and I can show you the threads next to the fabric, because I'm really pleased with them. I don't use 28 count very much, so I was like, oh great, I've got some gorgeous pieces that I got ages ago from both Paul Stitches and Stephanie, Fabrics by Stephanie in the States. She's wonderful. She's been my Facebook friend for many, many years now, and I used to buy from her when she used to ship over here. And I'm really pleased that I think I've chosen a couple of them for a couple of the Quakers. So I'm really pleased that I'm actually going to get to use them, because I've had them for like 10 years. No joke. So that's exciting. I've got, those to do. I'm still behind on the Wizard of Oz. So if I fancy doing the Emerald City Alforest Stitch Along, I can do that. The last part has now officially started. So at some point I'll get back to that, because I do really like that one. But I'm going to just stitch on what I'm feeling, because I think that's going to be the way to go for me. And I just need to stitch. I need to stitch because I need to not stop again, because that was painful. I'll just talk a little bit about Amsterdam then. It was really good. It was really good. Although I have discovered I'm not a city girl. I like the countryside. There were so many people. It was so loud. It was just so busy. Oh, the food was really nice. The hotel we stayed in was a bit crap. It was a Best Western, and it was fine. It had a tram that went into the city, which me and Oscar got figured out quite early on, so that was really good. We had a Lidl nearby and an Albert something, which is like one of their local supermarkets, which was really good to have those we could walk to. But there was no restaurant in the hotel. The shower didn't have like a door or a curtain or anything, so the whole room just got wet, which was a little bit unpleasant for 3 of us showering separately, because the last one just wet everywhere. And the window was an internal window, so it looked out onto a corridor of more rooms, like over there was like a hole in the middle of the building, and then the rooms all went round, so it looked out over to more doors. So it was awful. And I like staying in hotels for a view, so I couldn't even see what the weather was. I couldn't people watch. It was awful. So luckily I had Flosstube to watch and some stitching to do, so that was good. We went to the Rijksmuseum. Oh God, I'm gonna have to go back one day because it was so big and I was so exhausted. I'm not the fittest, and you know, we did what we could, and it was just, and I could have stood and looked at the tapestries for a very long time. They were amazing, and I don't think I realised how big they were. But obviously, I was mindful that my 15-year-old son was with me, and he was almost, you know, at one point he was like, oh, he just looked so bored. And it was wonderful. We saw the Rembrandts, and I'd never really seen a very famous painting before. I don't, you know, not really been into that sort of thing, but I was, oh my God, it was very emotional. It was very, very good. Some really beautiful pieces by Rembrandt and Van Gogh, but I'm not very into him and his style. That's not me. Rembrandt was very good. There was some flowers and vases. They had some, I will show you just a couple of pictures if you're interested, because I didn't take many because I was just looking, you know, trying to take it all in. But they had the most stunning cabinets, and I love a cabinet. I mean, imagine me having that with all my stuff in. And I had to take a picture of this one because of the birds. Look at them. And it was huge. It was a really, really, really beautiful cabinet, I think from the 16th century. Yeah, from the 16th century. And, you know, I didn't really know these sort of things would be here. So as well as all the paintings and the statues and stuff, there were some really beautiful things. And I'll just show you a couple of. So you can see a massive cabinet at the bottom of this, and that is one of the tapestries above it. They were very hard to take a photo of because they were so big, and I just hadn't expected them to be so big, but they were beautiful. And obviously the lights are quite dimmed in some of the rooms because to preserve the tapestries. And it was just, they were so beautiful. And I really would one day like to go to the Met in New York and see their little samplers and stuff, because these were all just big tapestries up on the wall. Again, that's a cabinet at the bottom of that one. Just, you know, oh, amazing. Just one more picture. And they were beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we saw them in the Rijksmuseum, and I've got myself a couple of little key rings and a nice cup, and some stroopwafels in a nice tin. That's what I got. But the day before that, on the Friday, we'd been to the Maritime Museum, I think it is, which has a massive replica pirate ship. And my son loved it. We home educate him, and he absolutely thrives on this sort of field trip. He loves it. He loves it so much. So I got a picture of him and his dad up on the top there. And there you go. That's my son, Oscar, and Jim. He went, Mum, I love pirates. I love pirate ships. And he just had the best time. That's us by a canal. You can see how short I am. Exhausted, knackered. But yeah, in this Maritime Museum, this is where I was going with this, sorry, was two humongous tapestries with the most incredible borders, and they were so hard to photograph. I did a little video. It moves fast. Could you imagine stitching on the border and getting round and then them not meeting up? We moan about our tiny little samplers and the little pictures, and it was absolutely humongous. And I was just like, oh my God. And they're a collection, these tapestries, of there's like 6 or so of them in the collection. A couple of them are in this country. But my God, they were just so big and so detailed, and the borders were exceptional. So obviously they're of battles, but that's some of the border. I zoomed in on it because look at the detail in the border. I'm never going to moan about one of my borders ever again. They were beautiful, and it was very moving seeing them. And there was that was a really good museum. My son really loved that one, so I thought we'd be dragging him around the Rijks the next day because it was all art stuff. But it was stunning, and we had a really, really lovely time. And I found my stitchy bug in my little hotel room watching my Flosstuber friends. And yeah, so we got back, what day is it today? Tuesday. We got back last Friday, so yeah. So yes, and so over the weekend I had my threads ready for Jen's seasonal flower sale, which Wild Dragon Crafts also wolfed down the rabbit hole for her Flosstube. And I said, I've got my threads ready. And she said, do you want to see it? And I was like, yeah. So she showed me. I was like, oh, and it's really nice. I can't say any more than that because it's out tomorrow for April. And she said, and I said to her, I've lost my stitchy bug a bit and it's been tough. And she said, do you want it early? And I said, yeah. And she sent it to me early because she must have felt really sorry for me. And so, do you know what? I stitched that on Saturday and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And then I did the back stitch on Sunday. So it's done. It's ready to go. I'll show you it next time. But the April block is beautiful. You're in for a treat. And it stitched up really quick as well. And it was lovely. So I'm really pleased with that. So I stitched that at the weekend, which I should have been doing my cottage. It would have been done if I hadn't have got. But that's me. I get distracted. And yeah, all plans go out the window. So that's why I don't usually make plans, because I rebel against them and I get distracted and don't do them anyway. So yes. And I watched over the weekend, all my friends have put out I did watch Laura while I was away. Laura Butterfly Stitches 83. I watched her latest one. But then my three of my friends all put out a Flosstube episode on the same day. And it was, in fact, was it Sunday? Yes. So I watched Jen Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole, and I watched Charlie Feathers, Stitches with Charlie Feathers. I watched both of those on Sunday, and Stewart's and Stitches as well, while I was out here sorting out my Valdani threads and whatnot and choosing fabrics. And then Shell put out her video that evening. I was like, oh, I can't watch any more now. So I watched Shell yesterday, Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. She had a bit of a hiatus since Christmas. So that was her first one. So it was lovely to see you back, Shell. Missed your little face. And yes, so that was everybody. So I'm all caught up on those. And I've got Lindsay to watch Blushing Pink Stitches at some point today, because she's put out a new one yesterday. So lots of videos out for you all to enjoy. Do support the Flosstubers by liking, subscribing, commenting if you can. I know it's not always easy to comment depending on what you're watching it on. Hopefully you haven't got my massive head on a massive screen, because that's just going to be really embarrassing. Thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you all to those of you who comment and interact with me and send me messages and emails. I thank you. I appreciate it very, very much indeed. I think that was all I wanted to say. Just a little quick one, because I always tell you what I've been watching, don't I? I would tell you what I've been reading and stuff, but I don't read. I took my Kindle with me away, didn't read any of it. But I did get some stitching done, so I can't have too many hobbies. I don't have time for them all, or the headspace, or the will to do so many. So me and my husband, my daughter and my youngest son, because the middle one doesn't live with us, we watched season 2 live action of One Piece. We binged it all in a couple of days. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Me and Jim have been watching the anime, and we're up to like episode 600 and something. So it was really nice to go back in time and see the story, and it was wonderful. They did such a good job, and there was some serious eye candy for me and my daughter. I was literally drooling at one point. It was absolutely amazing. The cast have really got themselves into character by bulking up and getting fit, and it was very much appreciated by me. Well done, guys. Loved it. It was a sight to behold. There's some very pretty ladies in there as well, if that's more your taste. So yeah, we really enjoyed that, and I want to watch it again. It was so good. And me and Jim have been watching, we started Van der Valk, but the new version with Mark Warren who was in The Musketeers, which is one of my favourite adaptations of anything ever. I loved it. It was a BBC series in the early 2000s, 2014, something like that. Anyway, he's in it. And so's May McKay, who was also in The Musketeers. She's in Van der Valk. So it's set in Amsterdam. So we started it before we went. And so now we're on season 3, I think. We've got one more episode of season 3 to watch. And it's okay. It's not the best thing I've ever watched. And considering it's set in Amsterdam, not many people seem to speak Dutch, which is a little bit weird. Some of the storylines are a little bit boring. I have dozed off a couple of times. But on the whole, I like Mark Warren, and it's fun. It's fun. And so that's going on. We've got one more series of that to watch. I finished the Madame Blanc mysteries while I was away in Amsterdam. Once I watched so much Flosstube, I was like, right, I need a break from Flosstube. So I had to pay for them. Being in a different country, the apps didn't like it, so I bought them off of Amazon Prime. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, it's a couple of quid, isn't it? So I watched, I think, 3 episodes. I think I had left to watch. In fact, it was 4 because they'd split the Christmas special into 2, so I paid twice. So I finished watching that, and that was fun, really fun. I love that Tony Robinson's in it. I love that guy. It was really nice. It was fun. It was a nice easy watch, and as I've said before, it's set in France but filmed in Malta and Gozo, which I've been to a few times now, and I love seeing the scenery. It's stunning, and everyone always looks so hot, which I can vouch for. It is very hot over there. So that was really nice to watch. I think that's everything. That's all we've been watching. I haven't watched any more Bones, I don't think, with Ellie. I haven't watched any more Buffy. I think that's all we've been watching, really. So we finished Father Brown, didn't we? I think we might watch the Sister Boniface mysteries, but I don't think it's an easy watch. Oh, we watched Beyond Paradise. Had the first episode out. That I love that series. We watched Death in Paradise, so we're caught up with that, and that series is finished now. Enjoyed that really very much. Always do. One of my favourite shows. That. And yeah, so that, I mean, that's literally the only thing I watch on the telly apart from it. Snooker's back. That was the other thing. Snooker is back. It's in Manchester. I can't remember. I think it's the Tour Championship. And yeah, so I watched that yesterday, and I shall go in and watch some now. What is it now? It's 2 o'clock. So this is a really long one. We always knew it would be. I mean, it wouldn't have been if I hadn't shown you my finishes, but I just felt like I needed to show you some stitching. I do cross stitch. I've loved it for many years. If you're new here, I've been stitching since I was a child. My mum taught me. She used to host little cross stitch parties. It was a thing, honest. And I thought I dreamt it, but people have confirmed it did happen. Bring them back, I say. Sounds like great fun. So yes, I've been cross stitching, picking it up, putting it down over all the years. So it's not uncommon for me to lose my stitchy bug, and usually it goes for a year or more. So I've been trying to wheel it back. So I'm back. I'm feeling better. I'm still very sad about my little dog. I do miss him terribly. I know I'm watching the others like a hawk because I feel like Polly is not looking her best. She's 13, so you know, when you have 2 that are similar ages, you know you're probably going to lose them at a similar sort of time. So it's just one of those things, isn't it? However long we get with our pets is never ever long enough. It is just not. We can't keep them forever, but I want to. Right, on that note, if you're struggling at the moment, I send my love to you. Virtual hugs, all of that. And do reach out if you need to. You know where I am. And happy stitching, guys. And I hope I will have less haul next time. Although I am waiting for a couple of bits to come in the post, so there will definitely, but I am going to be trying really hard not to buy anything. We'll see. So thanks. Yeah, thanks for your support as always, and I will see you on the next one, Flosstube number 7, which will probably be, I reckon, around 3 weeks or so. I haven't looked at the calendar. I was supposed to do that as well before I pressed record, so it'll be sometime in April, and hopefully we'll have a giveaway then. So goodbye to you all. Take care. I send my love. I send my hugs, and happy stitching.